Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So we have created this outlet table view. We have the view load, and also we have these numbers of row sections. Return is going to be equal 0, and I already create this variable let with the cell ID identifiers. So cell ID identifier, Control C, and let me go back into my storyboard to my cell, then cell ID, just double checking. So let me go ahead and run this one just to double check identifier pass. So it's supposed to run. It's gonna run. Things are fine. So it's running. You can see that this red line is because my computer is kind of dying. But anything else, you're supposed to see this kind of all lines, horizontal ones. But it's working. It's running. So let me hide this one. I don't need it, and actually I don't need my storyboard anymore. So goodbye. So I want to have full size. Okay. I created my details. I'm going to put it on top, and also I need to create another file. So new file, and then this time is not going to be Cocoa Touch. This time is going to be Swift file. Then next. Then I'm going to call this one Dragon Swift, and then create. So import. I'm going to create a class that is going to be called Dragon. I'm going to delete all of this because I don't need it. And in here, I'm going to create two variables. I'm going to create a variable, and it's going to be the name of my dragon, which is going to be a string. And I'm going to create another variable, which is going to be the clothing, you know, like, yeah, we can do clothing item, and that's going to be also a string. All right, so a string, and then I'm going to initialize this stuff with name. It's going to be string, comma, and clothing item is also going to be a string too. Open, close curly. Okay, so in here, self that name equals name, and then self that clothing item then equals clothing item. All right, so pretty much that. I'm gonna select this one out because I want to see you guys. I want you to see later on, a little bit later on, something. Right, so I used to create my my Dragon class. Let's go back to view controller. So in here, so I'm gonna create my dictionary. So I'm gonna call bar dragons. I'm gonna have a lot of dragons. So bar dragons, that's gonna be a dictionary of. Hold on. Command B, because I need to update this one. So a dictionary of dragon, the dragon that I just created on the other side, which is going to hold a dictionary inside. Inside of my building load, I need to create. Oh, let's go ahead and take care of my table view. That delegate on my table view that data source, otherwise I will not be able to see my data, my table. So in here I want to create, let's say I'm going to create dragon 1 equals my dragon class, and let's see that when I hit the parentheses, nothing happens. So let's go ahead and fix this stuff. So on my Dragon, I go back and I uncomment this stuff out, and I hit Command B, so it's gonna kind of update this init, the way that I initiate my class. So now I have to Dragon, and I open my parentheses, and I have the autocomplete, so I hit return. So the name of my Dragon, let's say, is Puff, and then clothing item, I'm gonna say what? Rainbow, I don't know, anything. So I don't wanna type these things over and over because I wanna have a lot of dragons. So just Command B and another Command B, copy and paste. So I'm gonna just rename it 2 and 3, and instead of Puff, I'm gonna call this one Smog, and instead of Scarf, I'm gonna call this one, it's gonna be really loud with crowns, and the other one, I'm gonna call this one, how can I call this one? Let's say Katie, and then it's loaded with light. Okie dokie. Command B, those errors are gonna go away. All right, so dragons, which is this one, that's gonna be equal to my dictionary of Dragon 1, Dragon 2, and Dragon 3. You can include as many dragons as you want. Those yellow warnings are gone because they were telling me that I created something that it was not there. So return, instead of 0, I'm gonna say dragons that count. So if I have 1 or 2 or 3, it's gonna count how many dragons do I have, and then it's gonna send me those dragons into my table view. Okie dokie. All right. So let's go ahead and take care of these rows for this cell for row at index path. I have to stop right now because I'm running out. I have like 20 seconds only, because otherwise it will not fit into Sharp. So let me go ahead and stop, and then we can